Why, hello everybody. Today marks the first video in the series of programming, specifically HTML programming. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a basics of the layout and things like that. And in the next few videos, I'll give you specifics on more complicated tags and maybe even languages too. So to begin with, I think it's a smart idea to teach you about the file names that you'll need to know to make a HTML file, right? So you want to go to File, and you want to click Save, or any way you'd like to do it, and you want to go make any file name you want. Like you can make frog.htm or frog.html. It has to be those two types. It cannot be anything else. Cannot be PNG, whatever, and things like that. So frog.html. Right, and now I want to do the first line of code. Your very first line of code is going to be !doc_type HTML. And essentially what this does is it tells the rest of the file, hey, this is going to be HTML5, it's not going to be HTML 4.01, etc., etc. It's saying, hey, this is what the file is going to be like. And with that, I want to teach you a little bit about opened and closed tags. Let me give you an example. So in order to make an HTML file, you're going to need the HTML tags, right? Oh, got ahead of myself there. HTML tags, right? But if you notice here, I rewrote it again, but with a slash here. Why did I do that? Well, many tags in HTML need to be closed with specific tags, with specific closing tags, and we're going to look at one example that doesn't. However, we're going to need to do it for things like HTML, like defining that the thing is HTML, and you can see an example that what doesn't need one here is doc.html. You're not really closing it, right? And with that, I'm going to teach you about the basic layout. And if you saw when I messed up earlier how there were a bunch of names like head, title, body, that's what I'm going to get into now. And the HTML structure of a web page is similar to a human and any kind of animal at all, any kind of chordate, right? You're gonna have your head, and of course you need to close this head tag, and you gotta close this body tag, right? You gotta have your body, and close it like that. And what I like to do is I like to space it out. I like to give myself a little bit of space to work with. And here I'm using Sublime Text. You don't need to use anything like this, anything fancy, some free stuff. I don't really like Notepad that much, although it could work, technically speaking. So your head here and your body tags close. You need a specific tag to close them. And the way I like to think of it is like look at you. You have a head, but there's a specific point where it ends, and then you move on to your body, and then it ends. Like you do not extend forever. And that's the way I like to think about it in HTML code, right? And so the three tags I'm going to talk about, or maybe even the four tags, are your title tags, your paragraph tags, your heading tags, and your image tags. And by the end of this video, we're going to make a very basic web page, right? And so for your title, you put it within the head. The title is a thing. Maybe the title is going to be a thing that defines how you look like. Like it's going to define when you go to the web page and you look at the title. If you look at the title, what it's going to be like. So let's make a title tag, and of course this you have to have a separate tag closing it. So, oh, my bad. Let me just do that. Okay. And what would you like to name it? You can name it anything, what you want for yourself. And I encourage you to take notes, or even better, do this while I'm talking right now. So your title tag, mine personally is going to be something that I enjoy, like libertarianism, right? And this could be a propaganda website, as this title has stated, but it could be informational as well. And so now that we have this done, let me show you what it looks like if we open up in a browser. Of course, we hit save and then go to our browser. Okay, so we're at a browser, and I'm going to type in here my Windows thing. Actually, let me drag this down so I can show it a little better. So here's the file, and I'm just going to double click it. It's going to open up. Alright, it's going to open up. And what I want to show now, is this thing here. This is the title we wrote down, libertarianism. It's right there. Okay, let's move along. And now I'm going to be talking about making actual paragraphs where your content's going to be. So I'll just make a paragraph tag that of course has to be closed, right? And so what should we type here? Whatever you want. I mean, I can just copy and paste something from Wikipedia, and I've done so, and I can just write my source. I can just make another paragraph tag. Really simple stuff. So make another paragraph tag. Oh, let me get rid of that comma. That might confuse a bit of people. Let me get rid of that comma. And we can type out the source is Wikipedia. And while we're at it, let me show you what the header tag is. And if I show you, there are many things you can do with the header tag. And there's a bunch of sizes, a bunch of shapes ranging from H1 to H6. Right? And generally, the larger or the smaller the number, such as H1, the larger the size of the text is going to be. Sorry for the stutter. And for instance, I can show you something like this: libertarian mind. Oh, I accidentally said H1 again. Right, paragraph tag. So let's save that. Let's go to our. And there you are. If you can see, it's all nice, and you can see this where it says libertarian mind. But what if I was going to do H6, the smallest, right? Let's try H6. And within it, we can put something like socialists beware, right? Socialists beware, and we'll save. Oh, okay. All right. We can click that, and we can reload the page, and there you go. You can see that it's pretty small, and this is H1, this is H6, and typically I like to stay in the middle of that. I like to stay around H3. H3 is pretty nice, especially when you get CSS and start putting colors and stuff in it, and you can do things like Wikipedia is an unbiased, I'm gonna do that, unbiased site. Then we can click save, and then we can reload. You see, it's a pretty nice mixture between small and large, and it really hits the spot. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our final tag, and any website cannot be complete without an image or multiple images. In this instance, I'm only gonna show you one. Okay, we're gonna want to use the image tag within the body. You can kind of see how the body is the undercover agent, how the body does all the stuff, like it does all the churning, it does all the machine work. That's how I like to think of it. So let's do image source, and that could be something like, let me get a website, something like this. Bam, and then we'll click Control S, or if you're on a Mac, just hit File Save. And then we're going to go transition to this, and we're going to click reload, and there's your file. I mean, it's naturally, yeah, I agree with you, it's too large, but we're going to go in further lectures on how to make everything nice to the eye. And I hope you enjoy this video, and please leave a like and subscribe if you can. Bye.